It fits into the traditional illusion of the society. But we work every day of the week. 12 hours a day. And we're not working for money. Do you understand what I mean? Because we don't need money. You cannot eat it. Money ain't going to have your child. I don't care how much the child support go up. You cannot make a baby with money. Do you understand what I'm making? You cannot do nothing with it. It's a tool for the invalids. Do you see what I'm making? Who cannot build their own society. They need it. But you cannot do nothing. If everybody died and you had $1 million, you couldn't bring another human being back. Money is not where the real value is at. And once we see that money doesn't have the real value at, that doesn't mean that we're going to go and burn all the money. It means money won't matter. What will matter is us elevating the condition of our people. So the perspective of how we deal with money will change. Because our people are the value. Right now, money is the value for people. How much money I make. How many dollars I got. That is the value of the average person in our society today. They think their worth is their net worth of how much money they got. That's their value. That's crazy. And your value is your physical ability to provide human services for others. That is your value. And the first person that you can provide physical service for is yourself. And then others. Do you see what I'm like? Give you an example. If your diet ain't right, if your health is not right, your damn mind is not right, give up on saving the people. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. If you eating bad, living bad, you about greed, money, and you watch the videos and feel like you left out of society, that you're not blinging, don't even talk about helping the people. Because you're under the same disease that the people are under. Do you see what I'm making? You suffer from the same disease, the same cirrhosis of the mind. Until you can say no to all that, now you're ready to help the people. Now you're in a conscious position to say, let's do some work now. When people say, let's help the people, to them that means let's buy them all some Lexuses. That's really what they think. I talk to some of them. I want to see my whole community blinging. This is how they really think of helping the people. They're not talking about health and education of the children and security. That's not what they're thinking. That's not what Martin Luther King was thinking. He wanted to sit next to the white boy. He wanted to just have the mercy of being able to sit on the toilet after one of them. I have a dream. I'm sitting on the toilet behind this white boy. Let's keep it real. That's what he wanted. He wanted to sit next to him and eat a cheeseburger next to him. Like you could not make your own food at home. Rosa Parks wanted to ride the bus with him. Gonna fight them to ride the bus with them. It never occurred to her to start her own bus line. Matter of fact, start our own country and build our own buses.
That sounds a lot.
That never occurred to her.
That sounds a lot better.
She just wanted to sit on the front of the bus. What a vision. And this is who they teach us in school. And we happy. She sat on the front of the bus. We're excited about this. Yeah. She sat on the front of the white man's bus. And she paid too. She put the whole fare in. Now the fares are going up on the bus. $3. A minute's going to be $5. So my point is that when we can get away from the idea and concept of money, that's the only solution. If we get away from money, you'll see a nation start rising up overnight. You'll see people growing vegetables. You'll see people being more spendthrift. You'll see international marketing. Because now we buy a lot of our stuff from the Asians. Because their stuff is cheaper. So to some degree, we're experiencing international trade. Not it's coming right off the boat, but they got cheaper prices than anybody else. So we go buy the stuff from them in bulk. We go buy the stuff from the Hindus in bulk. So we're practicing international marketing. We're not going to buy nothing from the Arab at top dollar. When nothing you buy is at a retail price, you have now been liberated. That's the first stage. And once you go from not buying anything else retail to not buying anything at all and growing your stuff, and buying on a limited level based upon needs, you follow what I'm making? Until we're ready to do that, we are not ready for nation building. We're not ready for that. I know in the 60s, people was talking about black power and black love. They was not ready for nation building. They was ready to fight and die fighting the crowd. That's the line of defense. That is not the purpose of organizing. It's not revolutionary. If a cracker run up on you, you should kill him. That don't make you revolutionary. That makes you just defending yourself. So your whole concept and identity of who you are should not be fighting a European. Like there's nothing else that exists. There's nothing important. Making your own shoe. You understand the point I'm making? Teaching your own children. None of that is really valid. The first call of the day is fighting a European. But I guarantee if we really wake the people up in our community, the European would not be able to fight. We would not have to fight. We only have to fight him as little splinter groups. If the whole community rises up against him, because their consciousness that has increased, he's not going to be as willing to fight. He's going to be more diplomatic. Do you see the point like that? He's going to be more and more diplomatic like. It's individuals that have to fight him. Groups he have to respect. You think he respect Chinatown because he's a nice guy? He knows some Asians in there that will cut him up and put him in the rice. Do you get the point I'm making? And I'm not just saying that to be funny. They don't have their little sovereignty and immunity over there in their communities just because he liked Chinese food. He know them Asians, if they have to, they will cut his ass off. Do you understand the point I'm making? And that's the bottom line. People say, well, we don't want to be violent, we don't want to be this. Well, if you don't be violent, you're going to be violent, they're going to be violent on you. And if you really become violent enough, then it checks them on how violent they're willing to be towards you. So you can be non-violent by achieving a state of extreme violence. Because you never have to be violent if your enemies know that you will cut them off.
This is so true.
Exactly.
So the only way you can really achieve non-violence is through extreme violence. Do you understand what I'm making? Then you don't have to be violent. Because you can say, well, I'm at peace because you know I'll kill your ass. We're in harmony because you know we'll chop you up.
We do.
Anybody want to get chopped up today? Okay, well, man, my business.
That's how we do.
So the only way you can achieve non-violence is through extreme violence. And I know some people that sounds this lunatic.
It's real.
But it's a reality. I mean, I'm just talking about what I went through and how I learned my lesson. When I achieved a level of extreme violence, my enemy was like, okay, well, you fine, we cool, we like you.
Yep.
You're a good guy.
That's true.
But when I was going out being a good guy, they're like, look at this fucking punk.
That's true. That's true.
So we have to achieve a level of extreme violence.
That's true.
We got to get extremely violent. For real.
That's real.
That is the message. We need a culture of violence. You think this culture is violent? It's not violent. It's self-hate. That's not violence. You kill yourself, that's suicide. That's insanity. Violence, if you look at Amos Wilson, is that only that which you can inflict on another. You inflict it on yourself, that ain't even violence. That's insanity. That's mutilation. So our community is not violent with the drive-by shootings. That's not violence. That's just insanity. You have to be sane to really be violent. You understand what I'm making? Because you got to be thought out. Like, I'm going to cut you here and I'm going to leave you there for a little while. I'm going to cut you there. You understand what I'm making? You got to be sane to really have violence. So our people aren't violent at all. They're not violent at all. They just have a self-hate relationship with themselves, with themselves. So my point is, that's our focus. Because no matter how much money we got, they're going to inflate the dollar, drop that. He's not going to respect us. We can't pay enough of them off. And I'm not saying give up on all those methods that people are using. But it's one method that we have not really looked at. Extreme violence. People say, well, the European, he's the most at being violent. And he's going to be the most at that, whether you're violent or not. So why should that stop you? You see what I mean? Oh, he got violent, he got guns. If you get violent, he know how to kill you. He know how to kill you anyway. You feel me? So if you got to go out as a man. Go out with some integrity and some dignity.
That's it.
Do you understand the point I'm making? Because you're going anywhere. You're going to leave this earth anyway at some point. Over something. Period. And people say, well, maybe the European can save us from life. The doctor. That sometimes the doctor can extend your life period. Bullshit. When nature's through with you out of here. No white boy can give you no medication. It's over with. So our life and death is not in his hands. It's not in his hands. Period. So my point is that we have to become extremely violent. We've mastered everything else. We've got education. And extreme violence don't mean we create some defense group. No.